Brothers and sisters, listen, man, this is very serious. You be careful out there, man, because in my line of work, I deal with a lot of psychopaths, drug addicts, people with schizophrenia, people with that's bipolar. You got a lot of different spirits out there, and they're attracted to your spirit. You can say no, 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 but they are attracted to good, wholesome spirits who choose to serve the Most High. And because you choose to serve the Most High, the devil will put you through a gauntlet of different tests from unstable, unsavory characters throughout the day. And you might confront a savage, someone with ill spirits on them, or just a bad person. You have bad people out here today, man. And this is the time we're in. 'Tis the season, especially when we rolling around so-called pagan Christmas, Thanksgiving, and New Year's. This is when they really come out. But the point I'm trying to make, you can confront somebody, man. You can confront somebody and think they're just trying to disrespect. You think they're just trying to step on your toes or invade your personal space. No, these are sick people. These are sick people. And if you jump on your aggression horse, if you try to bring that smoke, as they say in the hood, then you might end up in a really bad situation, man. A really bad situation that you can't get out of, or you can die. You can die because you didn't choose to follow certain aspects of scriptures, as in taking low. Practice taking low, man. Practice taking low. Practice that, man. Because this is not a game anymore, man. This is getting really, really heated as we go on. Look at this. I want to show you something. It says in 2021 study, in a 2021 study, nearly half of Americans surveyed reported recent symptoms of anxiety or depressive disorder, and 10% of respondents felt their mental health needs were felt their mental health needs were not being met. See that? So what Esau does, Esau being the so-called white man that's in power, that's in control, that rules this earth, he's so out of order. He's so crazy. He's just throwing these mentally disturbed people right back out in the streets, man. Right back out in the streets. When Donald Trump became president, one of the first things he attacked was the VA hospitals, how poorly they were being run. Now, these are so-called Americans who fought for this country, who believed in this country, who trusted in this country, and they just was being mistreated. They weren't being properly taken care of. And believe it or not, a lot of the homeless you see in the streets are veterans. A lot of the people you see walking these streets half out of their minds are veterans who this country can give two SHs about. They don't give two SHs about the veterans, the children, the elderly, and you see it more and more. If you in your travels, you see it more and more in cities like New York, Baltimore, Philly, Chicago, definitely California. You see it more and more. You see more homeless people on the streets, more homeless drug addicts in the streets. And like I mentioned 2 weeks ago, perhaps 3, you see a lot more women and children becoming homeless now. You see a lot more homeless in the street, and not just homeless normal people, homeless, deranged, twisted individuals walking the streets. And when you confront these people, you think they just bringing the smoke to you. You think they're just trying to disrespect. These are people that are saturated with mental illness, being controlled by the devil, walking the streets as demons. And if you are not spiritual, if you are not careful, you can be taken out, and now your loved ones, they're in deep need of you and they miss you. The people that care for you, they're in deep need and they miss you. People who depend on you can't see you no more because you didn't make the right decision. Now you're in jail, or perhaps you're in the spiritual world, looking down, wondering why you did what you did or how stupid you were for doing what you did. So I'm bringing this up to show you, man, take low, man. Take low. Again, it says in a 2021 study, nearly half of Americans surveyed reported recent symptoms of anxiety or depressive disorder, and 10% of the respondents felt their mental health needs were not being met. These are those times, man. These are the times where America is being judged and all hell is breaking loose, and it's through the power and the fist of the Most High. It says rates of anxiety, depression, and substance use disorder have increased. Check that out again. Rates of anxiety, depression, and substance use disorder have increased since the beginning of the pandemic. Aren't we always saying that pandemic did a hell of a job on everybody? And since the pandemic, from 2019 to current, the world is just not the same anymore. We've been saying this for a while. The world is just not the same anymore. And it won't ever be the same anymore. This is what we're dealing with. This is the real deal right here. You have to be wise and spiritual. Take low. Even brothers and sisters among the flock who spirits are not right, avoid them. Who are aggressive, avoid them. Who are jealous, avoid them. Who are envious, avoid them. Who are weak, avoid them. Unless they can be repaired, you see they can be repaired. But if they can't be repaired and you keep saying the same thing over and over and over to them, avoid them, because these are those times, man. These are those times. You know, look at what happened in Florida. It says a Florida driver was arrested after shocking footage showed driver pulling out a machete. I'm from the islands. Well, I'm not from the islands, but my people and the community that I come from, they pronounce it machete. But it says pull out a machete and slash another motorist's face during a wild road rage incident. See that? So you got people who can't control their anger. That's another thing. To the point where they'll just kill over nothing or just the smallest thing. You have to be very careful. Take low, my brothers and sisters, take low. Take low. There's a Florida driver who was seen swinging a machete at a motorist and slashing his face during a wild road rage incident has been arrested. Luis Ruiz Herrera, 61, has been charged with aggravated battery using a deadly weapon after footage emerged of a man spinning a huge blade towards another road user who had spotted his motor scooter in a lane over. Who stopped his motor scooter in the lane over. It says the manic driver sliced the victim's left cheek with the machete. The Miami Spring Police Department said Tuesday the victim was not seriously hurt. Still, who wants to be cut in their face? Okay? Who wants to be cut in their face still? You know, here's another incident. A shocking moment, a bouncer punches nightclub revelator in the face. People are angry and mad, man. They're angry and mad. But here's that incident of the dude with the machete. See? And he's just going away. This is the dude right here. Edomite, you know. I believe he's Edomite at least. But yeah, look, wild in itself. Wow. See that? Anything can happen, man. Anything can happen. Anybody can get it. Anything can happen. I got into it with this dude. You know, I cut the dude off. I think I told you the story. I cut the dude off on Route 22 out in Jersey. And the dude was enraged, man. And I hate it when people do that to me. I hate when people cut me off on the road. I hate it. And he was heated. It's like a Russian. I don't know. He had a heavy accent, a European accent. So he's pulling up to my driver's side, and I'm trying to apologize to this devil, saying, my bad. He would not listen. Every time I pulled up, he sped up next to me, cursing me out. And I was trying to get through to him, my bad. I took off faster. He pulled up, cursed me out again. Man, I snapped. I started cursing him out, and I told him, pull over. Pull over. You know, you can get it, pull over. So he pulled over by this PC Richards. And I made sure he challenged me. He actually pulled over into the PC Richards parking lot, followed me. I made sure I took the key out my ignition because you never know, you know, might have somebody in the car with him. They take my car and take off. And I got out my car and the dude saw how big I was. He didn't get out that car. And I said, I kept egging him on, get out your car, blah, blah, blah. I'll say more than that. I can't say it in the video. But he would not get out the car. And I just said, I thought so. And I had a few choice, spicy words, if you know what I mean. And he took off. But, you know, I mentioned it to what happened. I mentioned the incident to a few people, and they said that was dumb. And they were right. The people that said I was dumb, I was being dumb, because the guy could have just backed out a Glock, Desert Eagle, whatever, and killed me and took off. Just that easy. But I snapped. And we all have a breaking point where we just snap. We don't think. We just think aggressively, and we want to just put hands on people, especially in this captivity. This captivity when your pay is not right, your food is not right, your woman is not right, child support is not right. Things are just not right, and you stress. The days go faster. The stress comes faster. The bills come faster, bigger, faster. You have a breaking point after a while. You snap. You will snap eventually. And these things happen, you know? So you have to be very, very careful out there. You know, here's another one. This dude stabbed this white dude and killed him. They caught this dude, crazy ass dude. Check it out.
Trevor Alt joins me now with more on this. Trevor, what more do we know about this person of interest and how police found him?
Yeah, Diane, so you mentioned this is 18-year-old Brian Dowling, and it appears he was caught on video perpetrating this murder. At least that's what authorities tell us. And just today, he was taken into custody there in Brooklyn, it's believed. He hasn't yet been charged, but we're anticipating those will come shortly.
I know how this is. I've been in plenty of situations like this. The dude has a blade. He keeps coming at you. In my case, I had a blade too. I had a blade too. And I usually keep a blade in the side of the car, you know, that little compartment by the bottom of the door in the car. I keep blades in the car and I rotate them, and sometimes I take them out, then I have a feeling I put them back in. But, you know, I could easily get in a situation where I kill somebody and now I'm in jail. But then they say it's better to have it with you, to be caught with it than to be caught without it. You know the old saying. But, you know, those of you who are from the streets, you know what it is. You've been in these situations before. You might be running around the car. He pull out his blade, you pull out his, you chase him around the car a few times. But here, this white dude is clearly afraid for his life. Look.
And it's likely that's going to come with a murder charge. That's the video there where you saw that confrontation between.
I'm guessing he slumped over dead there. He probably bled out.
Between him and 32-year-old Ryan Carson appears to have been a random attack.
Maybe he should have had a blade. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, brothers and sisters, if it can be avoided, take low. If you can get away, take low. Even if you look bad or soft, these are the times where you have to consider taking low, because the spirits out there are very serious, and these people walking around today, they have the devil in them. They have the devil in them, and it's not going anywhere.
What we've learned about 18-year-old Brian Dowling is that there appears to have been a summons from last year for disorderly conduct, and that just a couple months ago after.
That's another thing. They're letting these people out of jail, especially in New York. But it's all over the country. So these people are not scared to commit crime, stab, steal, loot. They're not afraid of that today. They're letting them out in the jail, and the streets are filled with just unsavory characters, man. Unsavory, wicked characters. Take low.
18-year-old Brian Dowling is that there appears to have been a summons from last year for disorderly conduct, and that just a couple months ago, after Dowling was in an argument with his girlfriend at her apartment, he was breaking things, and it actually led to his aunt calling 911 and describing him as emotionally disturbed. There
you go. There you go. You got a lot of situations where family members, husbands, wives, uncles, aunts are calling 911 to take away people who are mentally unstable. These are difficult times, rough enough, crazy enough, evil enough to break the strongest mind. But you have family members calling 911 to take people away and have them evaluated for based on psychological disorder. Based on psychological disorder. This is what it is. We just read it. We read it earlier. See again. In 2021, in a 2021 study, nearly half of the Americans surveyed reported recent symptoms of anxiety or depressive disorder. And 10% of respondents felt their mental health needs were not being met. Rates of anxiety, depression, and substance use disorders have increased since the beginning of the pandemic. Things are not getting better. Things are not getting better, man. They are not getting better. People are going through it. And that's what's happening, man. This is where we at now.
There's a lot of thoughts that maybe there's a mental health aspect to it, but certainly it is a brutal murder that happened with this man stabbed to death in front of his own girlfriend.
It was. What more do we know about the victim here?
So this is 32-year-old Ryan Carson. He's a really well-known activist there in Brooklyn. He fought to prevent overdose deaths. He worked on making public transit more accessible for people. This is a person who was really well-liked and really well-known by his friends and family as someone who was trying to make his community much better there in Brooklyn and beyond it.
Like downtown Brooklyn by 7th Avenue or something like that.
Many videos of him advocating for people, of speaking with poetry and spoken word.
Yeah, this dude, he was doing his thing. He's a Edomite, so what? The same way he's doing his thing, you brothers and sisters, you do your thing too. For your people, that is. And it don't matter if you step out of pocket when the Most High has trained you, whether it's through the spirit of other men, the Most High using his spirit, or you sit down and you read about what it's like in these streets and what you need to do to survive in these streets and how the Most High prepared the disciples as far as what's in the streets. You better, what I'm trying to say, utilize what the Most High has shown you, man. Utilize it because this is real. Look, the Most High prepared us. And you have to utilize it based on what the Most High prepared you about. I mean, does that make sense? I mean, it makes sense to me. Matthew chapter 10, verse 15, it says, "Verily, verily, I say unto you, it should be more tolerable in the land of Sodom and Gomorrah in the day of judgment than for this city." I applied that city, for that city, I applied that city to the world. I applied that city to America. I apply that city to wherever you brothers and sisters dwell at. Wherever you serve the Most High at. It says, "Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves." See that? "Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents." See? Be wise as serpents and harmless as doves. Think of the nature and the mindset and the spirit of a serpent. Of evil or of an evil person, how you have to know the good as well as the bad, how you have to know how the evil and the bad move, work, steal, kill, maim, destroy. But you have to be just as wise as the serpent who follow those aspects and more, but at the same time harmless as a dove. But at the same time harmless as a dove. Yeah. There's no shame in that. There's no shame in that. I mean, time is running out. Time is definitely running out. And, be careful, man, because the whole system is against us. And the Most High would love, the Satan would love to take out one of you brothers and sisters who are much needed in the field. Who's much needed in the harvest. Satan would love to take out one of your brothers and sisters. It says, but beware. 17th verse says it's another Brother Speed, or Spirit right here, it says, but beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils, and they will scourge you in their synagogues. See? So the men of the Lord will be chastised according to scripture. The men of the Most High will be arrested according to the scripture. And according to the scriptures, they would be scourged in the synagogue. The same thing that Yahushua, who they call Christ, the same thing what he went through, we should prepare our spirits and our souls to go through the same thing. I believe scourge means beaten. Now, technically, Yahushua, he did not fight back. He didn't say, yo, nigga, put your hand on me. I'm not saying don't strike back. I'm not saying that because I don't want to be a hypocrite. Because you scourge me, I'm going to bust your damn teeth. But suppose you're in a situation where you can't bust someone's teeth or you can't fight back. You're handcuffed and the powers that be is beating your ass. All you can do is pray and use spiritual wisdom, not anger or fleshly wisdom, but spiritual wisdom, that the situation will flip in your favor based on the grace of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. That's the Most High and who they call Christ. Then we read on in the 18th verse, says, and ye shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake. See that? And ye shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, for the Lord's sake. What he went through, surely you will go through the same thing. So considering everything you are about to go through, everything that's prophesied that you're about to go through, everything that you learn that you're supposed to go through, practice taking low. I know it's not easy. I have not mastered it. I want to beat someone's ass sometimes. I get so mad. But practice taking low. Practice humbling yourself and analyzing the situation before you strike. Take an assessment of what's happening before you react or overreact. Analyze the situation, how demonic it is, before either you become demonic or the demons who are demonic put you in a bad situation that you realize you could have avoided, but it's too late. And ye shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them, wicked Israel, and the Gentiles. Then the 19th verse says, which is spiritual, the 19th verse is very spiritual, but when they deliver you up, see, when the wicked deliver you up after you're arrested or taken away in cuffs, central booking, the Bing, Elmira, Sing Sing, Attica. It says, but when they deliver you up, take no thought. Don't worry. Don't plan in your mind what you're going to say. Just let the Spirit guide you in all aspects, in all your endeavors, in all your travels, in all your negatives. It says, but when they deliver you up, take no thought how or what ye shall speak. Check it out. For it shall be given you in the same hour what ye shall speak. The Most High going to put a spirit on you on what to speak and what to say. See that? For it shall be given you in that same hour what ye shall speak. The Spirit. Read Proverbs 16:1 when you get a chance. It says, for it is not ye that speak. See? It is not ye that speak, but the Spirit of the Father which speaketh in you. See? For it is not ye that opens your mouth carnally or in the flesh, but the Spirit of your Father, the Most High, which speaketh in you. Now, to get in that capacity of spirit, that takes a lot of strength for you to hold back and let the Most High take the steering wheel. That takes a lot of strength for the spirit of wisdom, understanding, and knowledge to work in you to the point where you suppress your anger, your pride, your fear, and you let the Most High speak, and you don't say anything out of fear, pride, anger, whatever the case may be. You just let the Spirit take control and speak for you and get you out of that situation, or use you as a tool piece of edification on how our people need to walk in the spirit and not fear being in the same position that you are in. So I just brought this up, man, to show you that these are difficult times you're in, and to be very careful as far as what you are doing, how you do things, and how things can just pop up out of the blue, because the Most High is testing us, and the devil wants you to stop teaching. The devil wants you to stop leading. The devil wants you to stop being a pillar to your brothers and sisters who may be weak in the faith. I'm just saying. Shalom. I'm out.